Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering VCT America Stage 2 pre-event interviews. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied once again by Asuna of 100 Thieves, who are coming off of a fourth place finish in Master Shanghai, but are looking to defend their title in VCT America. So, Asuna, thank you so much for taking the time once again. Another interview, another conversation for this year. First and foremost, how has been how has the process been for you to return back to LA from competing in China and just going over there and just uh, playing in that tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely how to explain it. Felt really good to be in an event, and we took it a lot more as a fun tournament. We're there for champs is the goal. Let me make that clear. I don't want to discredit masters, but we want to be good at champs. We want to make that event. That is our goal. The start of the year, that's like kind of what everyone expected. We are going to make champs no matter what. So even if we don't do good in kickoff stage one, we will stage two make champs. So obviously, making masters is definitely a good addition to our, I guess, like experience resume or whatever as a team. We definitely got to learn a lot as a you know people together. So it was a really humbling experience, and we felt like we could have played better overall though. Americas, we felt like we were really dominant and we were like the clear best team. But in Shanghai, obviously that wasn't the case, and Genji and Heretics ran away with it. So props to them, and we definitely had a lot of moments where we could have cleaned up our act, so to speak, which better happened then than later. So yeah, going into stage two, we ended up Shanghai. We took like 3 days off, the 9th, 10th, 11th, and we started practice up on the 12th remotely because I was in New York City. I didn't want to. I mean, I just want to spend time with family. Sucks, but
Mhm. Mhm.
practice wise, it sucks a little bit that I was in LA. So we did 12th remote onwards, and then we're back in LA in person on the 16th, and it's the 18th right now. And we're doing media here with you. So yeah, it's been a little hectic for me because I went from Shanghai to New York City and then New York City to LA, but I'm used to the 6 hour flight. It's not too bad. Uh, but yeah, excited. Gonna get our heads into business and hopefully be good.
Yeah, because one of the concerns for me, when it comes to looking at the teams that made Masters and did well, is just trying to get back to the swing of things over here, in VCT Americas, because we already know what happened with Sentinels and all of that stuff, and how they talked about how they were kind of burned out from just having to return to Americas after winning Madrid. So I'm kind of want to ask the same to you. Have the rest of the team kind of been feeling that kind of fatigue ish kind of things, from Masters to right now over here in LA, due to the fact that, it's been not even like 3 weeks, not even 2 weeks, I believe, since the tournament ended for you guys, and you guys had to return over here.
Yeah. Um, I would say we're not really feeling any fatigue. Obviously, practice a little bit worse, just quality wise, and maybe our attentiveness. We're just like a little bit out of it. But that's just like things coming back. We did some remote days, so that's a little bit worse than in person because not everyone like can't keep everyone accountable. Where just stuff in general. But then in person, it's also been a little bit lacking the past like 2 days that we did practice. But overall, we're probably gonna fix that up if there are any holes in our games and match day comes. Obviously, um, if we see any like mistakes in the Fury game that we feel like shouldn't be happening, we'll definitely clean it up because in practice we're playing a little too. We could be just giving it a lot more, I would say, uh, which we're working on right now, and that involves everyone on the team, including me. So we're gonna be working on that. That's the only like burnout like esque thing that we are getting, but that's just because we've been together as a team, and there's only so much you can do. After 6 months of being on a team, practicing for 8 hours a day, not taking any breaks. We this entire time we've only taken like, I mean, we haven't taken many days off. Obviously, I don't know how many off the top of my head, but when the season's on, we only take the day after the match off, and then if we have like ever since like kickoff, we only took like 3 days after we lost to Lev off. So I mean, we haven't really had much time off, um, which I don't think anyone on the team really cares. We don't have much going on in our lives where we need to like drop valorant. It's kind of our jobs, our livelihood, and so we'll treat it as such. And we've been pretty good and responsible. So we'll see.
I would definitely see indeed. You sort of touched upon, well, going a little bit back on just the experience of Masters. You touched upon a little bit of on just the experience in China, just placing fourth. losing to teams such as Heretics and uh, seeing your run end there. What do you think is the biggest takeaways that you saw from yourself, from your point of view, and the rest of the team from that experience overall? You know, going a little bit in depth into that.
Mhm. For takeaways from the game, I mean, the Gen G game was a little unfortunate with circumstances before the game that I can't really get into, but it's just like outside of game stuff really just affecting us, um, specifically with me. So a little unfortunate with the Gen G game, but the Heretics game, I feel like um, we should have definitely had a better team play, and we learned a lot about like I guess our map pool. I'll just put it bluntly. So the 13-1 showing on Sunset wasn't good, and we put a lot of time into Sunset. So we're probably just gonna put more time into it and see how it goes. But yeah, uh, not too sure, especially with all the map pool changes and stuff. But yeah, just mainly map pool and teamwork stuff. Honestly, that we took away. We definitely could be a lot, better in some moments. Like round two on bind on heretics. That's a big takeaway for me. Like we shouldn't get getting thrifted. I think that's like the biggest thing. Um, in general, like it's fine to get thrifted here and there. If they have ults, they chain it well. Someone hits nice shots, but when we just kind of like give it to them, and we lost a lot of thrifties. I felt like in that tournament, and you know, we're gonna try to just work on that really and other stuff really in general. Obviously, if we see any other holes that pop up in Americas that we didn't have before, we'll work on that, patch them up, and we'll be a smooth sailing ship, hopefully in playoffs.
You touched a little bit on you mentioned a little bit on map pool. Got to ask about that. You know, return of Haven, arrival of Abyss, removal of Breeze. I mean, what's your opinion on just the changes on that front?
Yeah, so I think the map pool change beginning of the season, good. I think middle of season, like right before playoffs, to qualify for the most important tournament and adding a map such as Abyss, which is a map no one has played before and has such a unique feature, not the best. But, I mean, it does make a good viewing experience. I cannot lie. As a fan or viewer, it'd be insane to watch. As a pro player, fucking horrendous. I can't lie. For the Abyss change, I think it's good removing Breeze and adding in Haven. Haven didn't change anything. We've all played the map. I hope, as a pro player, unless you joined in 2023, like Karen or something, then I guess Karen might struggle a little bit on Haven. He hasn't played it, but I mean, he'll be insane. I'm just making a silly joke, but yeah, I think everyone's played Haven. It's been out in the game since the start, so it's not like anything revolutionary. I think no one really minds the breeze for Haven. Obviously, a little sucky because we don't have much time. We only have a week, and other teams probably had a little bit longer. But either way, it's not like it's not like it takes that much time. But Abyss, I think, right before playoffs, very wild. Gonna be interesting to see what people do, and you don't really know how to fix it. It's gonna be tough because if you already have a perma ban and they didn't remove it, let's just say you perma ban split. I'm using a random map.
Mhm.
And then like they make that change. Oh wait, they removed split for Abyss. Like let me pick another map. Bind. Let's just say you perma bind, and then they add Abyss in. Like you're gonna have a choice between learning bind or Abyss. I mean, most people, I don't know what they would pick in that situation. Um, but it'll be tough to figure out what you should do in that situation and how you should, plan your vetoes.
Yeah, it really does make it difficult. You just the fact that the time is very squeezed, time is very short for teams to kind of figure out the map. Because I've asked this kind of question to other people, and they also said kind of a similar thing. And be sure it'd be good to put in the biz, but nobody doesn't know how to figure it out because it's just still so brand new, and it'll just be hard. I just simple way to say it. So yeah, that said, now as we turn the attention towards VCT Americas, the title's now on your shoulders. That now you are the defending champions. Now you are the reigning defending champions. Do you feel now that the target is now on your back? Now that you have won stage one, and now are you looking to do the same for this occasion, or do you feel like that doesn't really matter to you at all?
It doesn't really feel like we have a target on our back. I don't know what other team thinks. Obviously, a lot of teams are probably looking at like I guess our Rhine. A lot of people were talking about or another map, but it feels like we just have good teamwork and good team play. So it's like pretty hard to anti or figure that out. And yeah, overall, I think as long as we just keep our form and we're good, we'll be fine. And it doesn't it feels nice to win Americas, but obviously in Valorant right now, the biggest prize pool, or not prize pool, sorry, the biggest reward is to be at winning Masters or international. No one, if you get, let's say G2 ended up winning the whole thing, no one would care that we're the Americas, you know what I mean, regional champ. And uh, yeah, But it's nice though. Can't lie. It's always nice to win something and get like that confidence and, to be honest, that hardware. Getting a nice little 1x regional trophy, always good on your resume. And can't wait to see how many more we'll win.
One more quick question. I'll make it really quick for this one before I wrap it up. Looking at your schedule, who do you think is going to pose the biggest challenge for 100 Thieves?
Definitely Loud or Lev, but since we have Loud a lot later and Lev a lot earlier, I'll go with Loud. I think Loud will figure their things out and they'll be insane. And a little sucky that we have them as our last game. It would be nice, play them early when they're weakest, but at least then we'll be able to VOD review and anti them a little bit. But Sadok's insane and he'll always have a good team, no matter what no matter what players you can put around them. He will make sure that they are good and that they are competent. So yeah, and also I mean Townsend, Tui's, uh, less, and then Pankata. They're all insane. So it's like, even then he has insane players. So yeah, they're gonna be insane. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. Honestly, same with Energy. Sorry, random energy drop, but yeah, can't wait to say, or can't wait to watch.
Of course, can't wait to watch them, and also can't wait to watch 100 Thieves show themselves again in the server. Asuna, thank you so much for taking the time once again for doing this interview. Really appreciate it, and best of luck goes to you for the rest of the stage too.
Yeah, thank you so much for the interview.